Welcome to Necessary Conversation. I got my guy Sterling McDowell.
What up, baby?
Sterling!
What up, baby?
How you doing, dog? You
Chillin',
good?
Chillin', I'm good. I'm
Yo.
good. Glad to be here.
The word around campus is, goddamn it, you a pretty boy.
Pretty boy.
How you feel about that?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I get that sometimes.
Do you have the persona of that? Was that how you was raised? Was that like, where that come from? Do you agree with it?
To an extent. I ain't
What
gonna
makes
lie.
you not agree with it?
I don't agree with it to the fullest.
Why?
Like, I feel like I definitely have my moments where
Yeah.
it's like, I step and do what I do,
Yeah.
and sometimes it'll seem as like pretty boy. So like,
Yeah.
for example, one person told me that because I take care of myself as a pretty boy. I'll kid you not. Somebody told me I was a pretty boy because I took care of myself. Like certain products that I use for my hair, certain body care, stuff like that. Like I tell people like my routine, and they'll be like, "Damn, like you really a pretty boy. Like you take care of yourself." The nose ring, the double earrings is like
double earrings.
You know what I'm saying?
Double earrings.
I don't see what's wrong with it, but some
valid.
people just don't fuck with it.
I was thinking about getting a nose ring a long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, we got friends. You know, they jail off of us. They play with us.
Facts.
I was told if I get a nose ring,
Oh, nah, it's moot.
I'm good. Turn around a couple years later, both of the people that told me that would be gay got one.
Got one, right, bro?
Now I'm sitting here without one.
Nah, trust me. There was a few times where I was called gay because I had a nose ring.
Yeah,
But as soon as I'll go out,
yeah,
they're like, "Oh, you look good." Da, 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 da. And I'm like, "But you just said,
yeah.
like you feel me?" So it don't. Whenever I hear that, I just let it roll.
What is your process for your hair?
So usually I'll wash first.
Yeah,
So like if it's a full hair and body wash kind of thing, I'll wash my hair first,
yeah,
and then I'll wash body, and then I'll condition.
yeah.
But I'll wash twice.
How long that usually take you?
Whenever it's a hair wash day, it do take a minute
Yeah,
because I have a lot of hair.
yeah.
So-
How long you been growing your hair out?
For like 5 years now, going on 6.
God, you know that you ever gonna cut it?
I'll trim it, but I don't think I'm gonna ever cut
You
it.
gonna always keep the long joints.
Yeah,
You're never gonna get tired of it.
nah, but it's more of like a tradition thing,
Yeah.
like a family thing. Like on my dad's side, we're Native American Cherokee tribe,
Okay.
so my brother, he grows his hair out. I grow my hair out.
Yeah,
My sister, her hair is long as hell.
yeah.
So the only person that really cut his hair is my father.
Talk about being from the Native American tribe. Most people don't know where they're from. How do you feel about your heritage? How did you get into it? What's some of the things that you learned about it and you enjoy it and you want to know more about?
I'm grateful for my father
Yeah,
because he introduced me. You know, like before I knew I was Native American, but I never knew the depths of it
yeah.
until one day my father was like, "We're gonna go to North Carolina."
Mhm.
Went to Rocky Mount, and that's when I was able to meet my tribal chief. I was able to meet a lot of relatives there, and from that point on, it kind of just stuck with me because it was like, this is a part of who I am.
Yeah.
So once I realized, like, all right, this is who I am,
Mhm.
I took pride in it. And then from that point on, it's just been getting to know people that I haven't met yet. Like, a lot of the family that I don't know yet,
Mhm.
I know them now because I've seen them through Facebook. And then the next time I go back down south, I'll see them, hang out with them, stuff like that. Like, it's just, I got to take pride in who I am.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, it was just, you know, my whole way of life just changed.
So explain tribal chief. Like, what is that in depth? Like, what does that mean? What is his role? What does he do?
He basically oversees the reserve.
Yeah.
He oversees the reservation, but when people come back, he knows like who they are. Like he's head honcho,
Yeah.
essentially. So it's like my dad stays in contact with him.
Mhm.
I don't really talk to him as much because again, like he's the head honcho. He's a busy man. He takes care of a lot of people.
Yeah.
But like he really is like someone we just look at for guidance, advice, stuff like that. He's
super wise.
Yeah, he's very, very wise.
So you agree or stand with Kyrie when he's on this journey that he's on, trying to find out who he is, the Native American tribes and things like that in that nature?
Yeah.
So are y'all part of the same tribe? Is he?
No.
Nah?
So
You know what part of the tribe he from?
I'm not sure what he is.
Nah.
I'm not sure. I'll be honest.
So talk about taking care of yourself, and so that's really like, because Native American hair is long.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really who you are, who you're from. Have you always been like that though?
Not always.
Nah.
Not always.
When do you think you grew into that?
I think when I really started to value myself,
Yeah.
as a person, that's when everything changed. So
Yeah.
I'll be honest, growing up from elementary to middle school, I was bullied.
Yeah.
And it felt like I wasn't valued the same. So
Mhm.
I saw that, like, I wasn't valued. So I didn't value myself neither.
Yeah.
And then once we got to high school, that's when people were like, that's when, football started becoming a part of me.
Mhm.
And that started to change my value.
Mhm.
That started to change my outlook on my value.
Yeah.
A lot of people came up to me and was like, oh, you had a great game yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, damn, like, that's the first time somebody
Yeah.
really said something nice to me.
Yeah.
And then it went from football to a personal thing, like, yo, I'm glad that you went out to the charity event the other day, or I'm happy you're doing this, you're doing that, you're excelling. And that's when my view of myself started to change. I was like, damn, people really start to value me for who I am as a person.
Yeah.
And my mom always told me to put myself first. I can't love everybody else if I can't love myself.
For sure.
So that's when I really started to put that love into myself, and everything took off. Like, I started to take care of myself better.
Mhm.
I started to change my way of thinking. I started to change my habits. And of course, there's more work to do.
Yeah.
But it was a start
Yeah.
to something that I planned to be great with. You get what I mean?
And what type of discipline and like level of maturity and thinking does it take to do that in high school? Because most people don't get to that point till they're in college, after college. You're doing that in high school.
Yeah.
So like, what does that take to get to that point?
A lot of help.
Like,
I'll be
what's the
honest.
breaking point to be like, yo, I can't do this no more. I wanna change. I need to change.
I'll be honest, there was a lot of experiences, like, from high school, and a lot of help. Like, so like I said, growing up in New Haven, before we started the podcast, like, when we talking about where I was from, growing up in New Haven, I shouldn't have been. I feel like I was not born to be in New Haven.
Yeah.
A lot of experiences that I've seen, it was just like, I don't want to end up like that.
For sure.
I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that, like, in that situation.
Mhm.
So seeing that, it really altered my way of thinking. I seen a lot of people that could have made it out and just didn't.
Mhm.
I seen a lot of people that made it out and came right back.
Yeah.
So I was like, once I'm out, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm not coming back here. I'm not coming back to this hell,
Yeah.
essentially. And having the support system of my parents,
Mhm.
a lot of my friends that I still hang out with to this day, and even meeting people along the way, like, towards the end of my high school years, like, that was the breaking point. I was like, I can't be like the people I see.
Yeah.
And from that point on, it was just elevate. Just
Yeah.
continue to elevate. You're not done. Keep
Yeah.
going, keep going.
So you talk about like when you started playing football, you got to high school. You started to feel your value change because now people are looking at you as a football player.
Right.
They're looking at you as what you could do and not who you are. Does that ever cloud your mind? Like, okay, I started to get the recognition as a football player. Do I have to continue to be this football player to still get that recognition, or I can just be myself now? Nah.
For a while, it was like that.
Yeah.
For a while, it was definitely like that. Like, coming out of high school, I turned down a lot of great opportunities just to make something for myself. So, coming out of high school, I wasn't heavily recruited, but I was pretty talented. And I decided to walk on at LSU.
Did you?
I walked on.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. But that was through a lot of help. Like, my
Yeah.
trainer had the hookups and a lot of training. Like,
What year was that when you was there?
I was 2018, so the year
So
before.
that was before the championship.
The year before the champion. Yeah. I just missed
So
it.
you was around Jamar and Justin
Yeah.
and all them?
They're all cool people.
Was you ever there to guard them? Like, have you ever got a chance to go up against them?
Practice squad shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was tough.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
tough. It humbled me.
Yeah.
It humbled me a lot. Like, coming out of Connecticut, it was like, I could ball with these guys.
Yeah.
But then I go to the South, and it's like, I'm going against the whole country.
Yeah.
So it's like, it was very humbling. But I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And I grew as an athlete and as a person.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, like, again, I had to transfer out,
Mhm.
transfer down to a double A.
Yeah.
And it was still good comp. You
Yeah.
know, like, that's still country players, like a lot of people from around the country.
Yeah.
And it started to hit me where I was like, all right, like, I'm a great athlete,
Mhm.
but there's so many people that's ahead.
Yeah.
There's so many people that took the necessary steps that I just didn't, or
Yeah.
was blessed with opportunities and
Yeah.
resources that I wasn't.
Yeah.
So instead of trying to force myself to be the athlete that everyone sees,
Mhm.
I want to be the person that everyone should see.
Yeah.
And from that point on, it was just like, all right, well, football will always be one of my loves. I'm not going to get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's not going to go anywhere.
For sure.
But I can't make it my identity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So we look at, like, you know, practice squad players on NFL, even the depth chart. You look at, you're like, yo, this guy should be playing. He's a little more talented. Politics, playable. Who are some of the guys that you went at against LSU that's like, oh, yo, he could play? Like you ain't really expected, and people don't really know about him because it's overshadowed. Jamar Chase's, the Justin Jefferson's, the Terrence Marshall.
One player that I can say, and I'm going to say this wholeheartedly, Russell Gage.
Russell Gage on the Bucks, right?
Mm.
He was tough.
Russell Gage, that man, the athletic ability, of course, was different for Justin and Jamar.
Yeah.
But Russ, his IQ of the game, his acumen, his overall technique, he brought it to a T. Like, he really wanted to be something above whatever he thought he was.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever everyone else thought he was, he wanted to be above that.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to continue to elevate himself. So if there was one player that I wholeheartedly believe should be in the conversation with them, is Russ.
So you was down there with people call it LSU DBU.
DBU.
It's either LSU or Ohio State Bandman there somewhere, but it's those three schools. You was down there with about, what, 2 Thorpe winners. You got, well, no, Derek Stingley wasn't there yet, but you had the safety, I forget his name.
Grant.
Grant.
Yeah,
Grant Delpit.
Mm-hmm. We had a few. We had a few of them.
That with them, man? What'd you learn from them boys, bro?
A lot of it is, granted, DB is a skill position.
Yeah.
You have to be very smart.
Yeah.
You have to be very, very smart. And I feel like that's what elevates my game, essentially, is just my understanding of the game. You know, when you're impressed. For example, when you're pressing, you want to take a certain angle to take away the route.
Mm-hmm.
They got to release a certain way.
Yeah.
And the shallower their release is, the longer it's going to take for them to get into their route.
Yeah.
So if you could take that angle away as quickly as possible, it destroys the route. It destroys the timing of everything.
Yeah.
Like, that's really the purpose of DB. Disrupt the timing from ball or quarterback to receiver.
For sure.
So understanding that instead of just before where I was like, all right, run with the receiver and try to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you alter your mind from that to now, I have to disrupt their timing, because if we get their timing off, we win.
Yeah.
So it's those small things that elevates a good athlete to a great athlete, from a great athlete to an amazing one, to a world-class athlete. You know what I mean?
So how long was you at LSU for?
Just a year.
Just a year. So
just a year.
It's a championship team next year.
The year I left.
But it's
yeah.
SEC.
Yeah.
It's a Power 5. Top players come out there every year.
Yeah.
We hear about the workouts. We hear about the grind that it takes. What's something that really tested your mental there that you're like, yo, did I make the right decision? Because I was thinking about yesterday, right? I'm like, yo, just being honest, like, we ain't had the best year this year as AIC. It's D2, so not everybody gets full scholarships.
Right.
Some people get half, some people get full, some people get a little money, some people get none.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, like, some of these players wasn't getting no money. We was losing. They're not dressing up on Saturdays, but they got to come out there on Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday, do all the drills, do all the practice, cold, hot, whatever, and they ain't getting nothing from it. And then they got to pay to come here. Right. That tests your mental. So what does it test your mental? Like, you at a Power 5, so it's a little better, but you're a walk-on still, and now these workouts is crazy. The work that you have to put in that practice is crazy. The talent is crazy. What does that do to your mental?
I think it shaped me to understand, like, there's different levels to how great you want to be. Yeah. Like, if you really want to be great, you got to work. You got to work, and as much as you think you put in enough work, it's not enough. Yeah. There's always going to be somebody that's trying to outwork you, and you can't allow that, you know? So the biggest thing that challenged me mentally, I always thought every practice, I was like, bro, what the fuck are we going to do today? What are we going to do today? Like, I know they got something lined up for us. What are we going to do today? But once you get past that, like, damn, we got practice. Damn, I got to suit up for practice. Yeah. Once you got past that, now it's like lock in. Yeah. Whatever you got to do today, just do it. Yeah. just do it. Like, this is all gonna benefit you in the end.
Yeah.
Whether it's on a physical level to elevate your game, or a mental level where you're focused. You know, the more focus you have on something, the easier it is for you to get better at it.
Yeah.
So from that point on, that was the biggest test for me.
Yeah.
It was, how much can I focus on this, you know?
So you're from New Haven, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Going from New Haven to Louisiana.
It's a big culture change.
Like, how was that culture change? Is the food down there as crazy as they say it is?
It was good.
It's
crazy.
Good.
It's good.
So how big of a culture change is that for you? Like, you have to make that. First of all, did you ever go on a visit there, or was it just like, this LSU? I could see the campus on everywhere on YouTube. I don't really need to go there. Like, how was that for you?
So me and my trainer, we made a list, and we did like a T-chart, and it was basically schools that are looking at me and schools that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And it was like about 5 schools that I was looking at that I was like, all right, maybe I could try to walk on.
Yeah.
And then there was other schools that were like, yo, we want you here, we want you here.
Yeah.
A few D1s, D2s, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
So we went on those visits for the D1s and the D2s, the schools that wanted me. The schools that I was looking at, I brought my trainer, my mother, and my little brother. And we went on those visits, and that was probably the most stressful point. Because this was all around like February, my senior year. We went like January, February. We went to Louisiana in January, early January. And I had a blast.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. Like, there was, we did go to Maryland, and it was cool.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the vibe in Louisiana just
crazy, because it's
got
a
me
football
like that.
city for real. It's a football city.
So it was nice.
Like, you brought your whole family. Usually we see people going to visits, they put them in a hotel, getting on a plane. Was that like that for you as a walk-on, or they set the whole shebang back up for you?
So yeah. So we went down there, and this was around the time, my mom's a Zeta. Yeah. So this was around the time she had her conference down that way too. So it was convenient. It was convenient. So they put us in a hotel, and we were put in the same hotel that the Panthers was in during their playoff run when they was going against the Saints. Yeah. So we were in the same hotel. We got to meet Cam.
Don't worry, bro. We won that one.
We met Cam. We met quite a few people. Yeah. And then we were gonna go to the game, but we had to end up like rushing back home.
Yeah, missed man. We killed them. We killed them. So what were some of the other schools that was looking at you, the D1s and stuff like that, the D2s that was actually, we want you here?
The initial schools was UMaine, because I ended up going there the year after. Yeah. So it was UMaine. We had Sacred Heart. I ended up looking at LIU, and then Southern and UNH.
Southern Connecticut? Yeah. And New Haven? Yeah. Okay. And then what was the other list of schools that you were like, I'll walk on to these?
I was looking at Maryland. I was always a Florida Gator fan. Yeah? I was always a fan because of Tim Tebow. So I went down to Gainesville. We went down to Georgia.
Georgia, like the championship team?
Well, we were just checking it out. We were just checking it out. I didn't really have any faith in going there, but we were just checking it out. Yeah. And then we went to Syracuse. Yeah. But Syracuse, that was because I have a couple people out that way. Okay. So I just checked it out because I knew some folks out that way.
You obviously went to LSU, so that's probably, the most fun you had. Was there a chance for another school to get you? Does the not LSU, Syracuse, Florida, because that's your dream. Yeah. What went wrong with Florida? Why you didn't go to Florida?
It's too deep.
Like too many DVs?
Nah, it was just too deep.
Too far?
South. It's too deep in the South. It's Gainesville. They don't like us. They don't like us. So, yeah. And Louisiana is no different. Like, there's more of us.
Yeah, for sure.
So it was like I was more comfortable going there than I was going to Gainesville. Georgia, that was a long shot, but I just wanted to try it out because he had connections. My trainer had connections. Yeah. Maryland was probably the closest one to me walking on, just because like the DMV itself is just really, really nice. I had a lot of friends in the DMV area going to schools out that way, so it was like it would have been comfortable being around friends that way. But Louisiana, that was a chance to get away from home.
Yeah.
I had family out that way that I could stay with,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just in a better situation.
So what made you stayed for a year? What made you get out of there?
A family reason.
Yeah.
So my grandfather ended up getting sick,
Mm-hmm.
and again, I'm a walk-on, so we
Yeah.
couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
So essentially, I just had to go.
And then that's when you went to University of Maine.
Mm-hmm.
And how was that like? You just contacting the coach that's recruiting you, and just coach, I'm leaving Louisiana State. I want to come here.
Reached out to a couple friends,
Yeah.
and I got in contact with the coach there.
Yeah.
He wasn't there. He wasn't the coach, like the head coach,
Mhm.
Coach Charlton. He wasn't the head coach when I was getting recruited.
Yeah.
But the year after, he was.
And how did you like it there? Like, was that? So you was recruited by a couple D1s, a couple D2s.
A few D1s, yeah.
What made you go to Maine out of all of those?
I think the environment
Yeah.
was different.
Yeah.
It was different. Like I said, I'm not the type to go outside, which is
Yeah.
why it's like New Haven just wasn't the place for me. It's
Yeah.
not the place for me.
Yeah.
But Maine was really like you can have fun,
Mm-hmm.
but you can enjoy yourself. Like you
Yeah.
can have that time for yourself, whoever your friends are. Like it was just pure. It didn't have a city feel.
Yeah.
It didn't have a city feel. I was over the city feel.
Yeah.
So from that point, it was just like, all right, like, head there. This is the best opportunity football wise. This is the best financially, and I'm not too far from home.
Yeah.
And of course, the other schools were close by, but it was like I'm not too far, but far enough.
So how did you enjoy it there? Like the first time you get to camp, you like, because you was at LSU before.
Mm-hmm.
So now, do you look around and like, a main thing everybody always say, especially FBS, FCS, Power
Mhm.
5, is there really the main thing I hear, it's not a different skill position, it's a difference up front, the front seven.
Yeah.
Offensive lineman, is that true?
Yeah.
So the
Very
skill
true.
positions is like,
That's it.
it ain't
The
no drop
skill spots. We had one kid. He's a UConn transfer,
Yeah,
and he could have easily played at a D1 single A.
yeah.
Easily. We had a tight end, Sean Bowman,
Mhm.
one of my boys. I talk to him almost every day now.
Yeah,
He definitely could have played at a single A.
yeah. There's no big
There's no difference in the skill positions or nothing like that. We had a freshman that went all conference, first
Yeah.
team all conference,
What position he played?
quarterback.
Quarterback.
There was no difference.
That's
the front
big.
seven, the front seven is the only difference.
Yeah,
You know, like the size difference, of course,
Yeah.
and going from the LSUs and the UMaines of the world to AIC,
yeah,
there's a clear difference in the front seven.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest, a lot of the guys in the conference, and any 10, the food,
Dog
food.
food. Dog.
Like I'd
Dog
seen some 6'7", 350 niggas just running
Yeah.
full speed, damn near matching my speed.
That's scary.
That's a
Yeah.
freak human being.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to be built like that.
Any 10 is food.
Yeah. So, how long did you stay at Maine?
2 years.
2 years. What made you get out of there?
Coaching changes.
Yeah.
Coaching changes.
A lot of politics.
Yeah, a lot of politics. A lot of people's scholarships got took.
Yeah.
One of my boys, Ori, he graduated from UMaine.
Mhm.
He could have went back for grad year,
Mhm.
but coach ended up going somewhere else, picked up a new job somewhere else at
Yeah.
a bigger school, and there was a lot of coaching changes, and he just left. He was like, I'm not about to sit around for this.
Yeah.
So there's a lot.
Yeah.
There was a lot of different factors. Again, going from transferring from D1 single A to a D1 double A, there's academic reasonings as
Yeah.
to why you can or can't play.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff in compliance kind of messed up my ability to play that year as well.
Mhm.
So when I transferred here, it messed up again because I transferred from a 4-year to a 4-year to another 4-year.
Yeah.
So I had to sit that first year I got here.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of just coaching changes and compliance issues where I was like, I gotta go. But when I got here, I didn't know that I was gonna sit.
Now, what made you come here? Because you could have went to New Haven. You could have went to home, but you don't like it too much out there, so you didn't even want to be. So what made you not go to another NE10 school? What made you come here? How did you get here?
How late I transferred out.
Yeah.
I transferred out in August, like 3 weeks before the season started.
That'll do it.
And one of my boys was already here, Albert.
Yeah.
He was already here. So I hit him up and I was like, yo, I just need a home.
Yeah.
I just need a new home. Like, this is a dire situation. Like, I need to get somewhere.
Yeah.
He was like, say no more. Got me in contact. Sent over the film to the coaching staff here. And the rest was history. They picked me up like that.
Did you ever come on a visit here? It was just like, whatever is whatever?
Nah. When I first got here, that was when I was admitted.
You was just like, wow.
I got admitted and I just showed up. I was like, damn, this is almost like
different.
New Haven. It's almost like New Haven, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and again, like, I had to make the best of it.
Yeah.
I had to make the best of whatever the situation was. Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah.
So when I got here, I was like, all right, just make the most of it.
Yeah. So now you in the transfer portal now. What you gonna come back with?
Depends on how this talk goes with.
Yeah. I got one Thursday. But I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? Why not? Let's run it back.
We gonna have to see. It's a lot of different factors that goes into it.
So if you don't run it back, like, does necessary conversation get the chance to get Sterling commitment choice on here? Or like, how does that go? Like, what is that about?
Oh, for like.
Yeah, like if you don't run it back, if you don't decide to come back, is there a school in mind like I'm gonna go here?
There's a few.
Yeah.
There's a few. Especially for grad school.
Yeah.
So like, as of right now, football isn't the biggest priority for me. Like, I know some people here are like, I still got D1 dreams because they're young.
Yeah.
So they want to use this as a stepping stone.
Yeah.
Right. Some they just want to play their years out, and some want to stay and prove themselves to be worthy enough to enter the draft.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a matter of, listen, I played so many years. At this point, I'm drained.
Yeah.
I'm drained, and I got a couple more years in me. I feel it.
How many more years you got up eligibility?
Got 2.
Okay.
Got 2.
You can go somewhere.
Yeah, I could definitely go somewhere.
Might as well stay here. Might as well stay here. Run it back, man. Run it back. So have you ever played another sport?
I have.
What sports? Other sports?
I
you
ran
played?
track in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3-time state champion.
I just wanted one ring. I mean, goddamn, I just wanted one. You got 3. You ever get a ring in football?
I got 1.
I'm doing something wrong.
And then I got 1 more. I got another one in baseball. But I got that one in middle school.
I got rings in middle school?
That was AAU.
So you got 5 rings. So you know what it takes to get a championship.
Yeah.
And I don't got none.
I always say this though. Rings are nice.
Yeah.
But the feeling of winning a championship.
Yeah. The hard work and everything that you put into it.
The satisfaction.
Yeah.
The season that I won states for football, that was my junior year. We went through so much that year. It felt like a last chance U season.
Yeah.
It really did. We had instances where coach walked out on us in practice. We had one of our linebackers, our starting linebacker, got shot middle of the season. We lost him for the rest of the season.
What did the coach walk out? Is this a head coach?
Head coach.
What did he walk out for?
I ain't gonna lie, we was bullshit.
Yeah.
We was bullshit in practice, and he played at a high level.
Yeah.
So it's like to see the potential in guys, and they waste it.
Yeah.
I understood.
You think that was a turning point for the team? Like, damn, the home coach was like walking out on him.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think the moment he walked out on us, and we were just lost.
Yeah.
That's when he was like, bro, you really gotta lock in.
How long did he leave for?
He left for the rest of practice. He didn't come back.
Nah.
No.
So y'all stayed out there and was
We
practicing amongst yourselves?
and literally just practiced by ourselves.
There was no assistant coaches out there?
Well, we had our D coordinator.
Yeah.
Our OC was out there.
Yeah.
Position coaches were there. But
It was just as lost as y'all.
It was a shit show. That was a shit show. That was probably the worst practice ever because we was bullshitting.
Yeah.
Everybody, bro, kid you not, I don't know how we won a state ring that year because we had players on the team that was smoking before practice.
Yeah.
Came out there, special teams, niggas is field goal unit, laughing.
Yeah.
Laughing.
Yeah, you can't.
Like,
you
our
lock in special
kicker,
teams.
kicker is like, damn, what the fuck I gotta do? Oh shit, I'm about to kick and miss. Like, bro, it was a shit show. But that was the turning point for the season.
Yeah.
So when we realized like what we had to do
Mm-hmm.
to get to where we wanted to be,
Yeah.
everything was perfect. We was clicking on all cylinders. The hardest game
Mm-hmm.
was quarterfinals. Well, no, semifinals before states. We ended up who the fuck did we play? I think it was New Fairfield.
New Fairfield, okay.
We were down by 13 in the third quarter, and they pinned us on our own 2.
Yeah.
And my boy Dave, 98-yard rushing touchdown. We was like, yeah, we're winning this game. We were still down.
Yeah.
We was winning this game. Defense locked down, and then going into the state championship, everybody's nervous. This is our first time.
Yeah.
They've been in St. Joe's. We played St. Joe's. They've been there
Yeah.
multiple times
Yeah.
before us. That coach had multiple playoff games, multiple state championship games under his belt.
Yeah.
Ours only had 1 state championship. So it was like, all right, this nigga got experience. Ours, he made it because of pure talent he had on his team. But now he's really got a coach. This is he's got a coach. And it was tied 21 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And the defense locked down for the rest of the game.
Yeah, no.
He got our coach on us. He said, I'm calling plays for y'all so y'all can be great, and y'all are not doing what you need to do. And it's still tied 21-21.
Not attention. What did you play in high school? Corner, or did you play some offense too?
Nah, well, they tried to have me play receiver. I wasn't going for it.
Why you didn't like receiver? What was wrong with the receiver? You getting hit?
I don't know. I never enjoyed receiver. I never enjoyed offense.
I always said if I was a skill position player, the last thing I want to play is receiver because I'm not with running a 98-yard fade and me not getting the ball.
And not getting the ball, right.
I'm going to be very upset. Coach, I'm tired.
I'm tired.
I'm tired, Coach. Just have me run a fade. I ain't get the ball. Put me at running back or something, so I know if I'm gonna get the ball. I know I'm getting. Sometimes I ain't, or I'm blocking. I ain't running no post. Running this man also he could get the ball. You're losing me.
Thing, you could be open on that 98-yard fade and still not get the ball.
Somebody gotta see me. Somebody gotta see me. If I run a fade and I'm open, I don't get the ball. Quarterback gotta get out.
Yeah, I never really liked offense.
No.
Me growing up a Steelers fan, don't start that. But growing up as a Steelers fan, we was always a defensive-minded team, especially from the 2000s to the 2010, 2013, 15 era. Like, you get what I'm saying? Damn.
Steelers?
Damn,
now I'm trying to process it, because what the hell? Ain't you from Connecticut?
Mm-hmm.
How?
I will never be a Patriots fan. Never.
I agree. I respect that.
I can't be a Patriots fan.
But you could have been a Saints fan. Why a Steelers fan?
My father was a Steelers fan. So growing up in his house,
yeah,
I ended up just being a Steelers fan.
See, I grew up and my dad was a Cowboys fan. I, by law, have to hate the Cowboys.
You have to.
By law, like that's it's an unwritten rule. I never seen it in the law book, but I'm sure it's there somewhere if you look.
Yeah.
I hate the Cowboys.
There's no in between. There's no, I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I'll root for them. No, you're either a Cowboys fan or you hate them.
And not even that I don't hate them, I just don't like winning, and they haven't won in 27 years.
Yeah.
About 21, 22. Last time they won, it was black and white TV.
Damn.
Last time they won, you had to put the foil on top of the antenna on the TV to get it to show up on the thing.
The TV got hot.
I'm saying, like, I don't want to be a fan of that type of team. Tony Romo and come on, why would I want to be a fan of that?
Nah, real shit.
I'm a Saints fan.
That's
Drew
real.
Brees.
That's real.
Michael Thomas. Come on.
Nah, fact.
But Steelers. So how do you feel about Antonio Brown? Like he's wow.
Bro, I'm not going.
Think he got CTE?
It's starting to become evident.
Yeah.
It's starting to become real evident.
I think he just said that the other day. Like he got it, but he trolls so much. It's like
Yeah, because sometimes he just do shit to do shit.
Yeah.
Like man's performed that Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
Like how?
Had a hot song.
One.
And he probably went up there I think he only did that one song.
He only did that one song. You wasted a perfect spot at Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
Just to perform one song. You could have put anybody else up there.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
It's all about ratings though.
It is.
So.
But he be trolling. He be doing a whole lot. But I feel like he thinks it's trolling, but there's something up there it's just not clicking right now.
Why'd y'all let go of Le'Veon Bell?
His finances. I mean, again, he was perfect in our system, but you saw how he fell off after he left.
Don't do that. He was good.
With the Jets. With the Jets.
You know, things happen. The Jets never been good. The Jets has always
been good. That's why I say he was good in our system.
Yeah, he was very good in our system.
But regardless, after we got rid of him, we still can't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it was like, on a financial level,
yeah,
why invest so much into something that you can find somewhere else? Especially when we got James Conner, and he ended up balling for us that 1 year, couple years. Injury prone,
now you got
but balled out.
Harris.
Now we got Najee.
Yeah.
Get him a line. That's all I gotta say. Get him an O-line, a decent line, and watch him work.
How you feel about your quarterback, Kenny Pickett? From Jersey,
Potential.
so I expect a lot from him.
Potential.
Yeah.
A lot of potential. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
I was about to say freshman. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
So he's gonna make mistakes. There's gonna be things he doesn't see the same as the Aaron Rodgers of the world, or the Tom Brady's, dare I say, Pat Mahomes of the world.
Yeah.
But again, there's potential. Like, he stepped up and almost got us to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And prevented Mike Tomlin from getting his first losing season.
Mike Tomlin's such a he's underrated, bro. Never having a losing season is crazy.
I'm trying to tell this man is going in the Hall of Fame.
I think
he's
so,
going
sure.
in the Hall of Fame.
If the NFL know anything about anything, he should be in it.
He should be in the Hall of Fame.
How do you feel about Minka? He from Jersey too.
He makes my heart happy.
Yeah.
He makes my as a defensive player, he makes me happy.
What about them couple times he got back this year?
Yo, I'm not worried about that. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Jair Alexander is arguably the best corner in NFL, and he got backed a couple times this year.
Yes.
Arguably the best.
Gonna be arguing all day.
Darius Slay is, I'd say, my top 5 right now.
Right.
In no order,
Right.
because it's hard to make an order right now. But Darius Slay, I'm gonna say, are we doing just corners or all DBs?
Corners.
All right, so we'll go with Darius Slay. I'm gonna go with Jair Alexander.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with AJ Terrell fell off this year.
Yeah, Mike Thomas put him in the bag early. Early, 2 touchdowns.
Early. Who else can we say? DJ Reed, or is he a safety? Nah, he's a corner. He's a corner.
You putting him at
DJ Reed. DJ Reed's in there. After the season he just had this year,
so
he had a great
Sauce
season.
Gotta be in your top
Sauce
5.
is in there.
Okay.
Sauce is in there. I was going to put DJ Reed and Sauce because those two
Yeah.
are going to be something great.
Yeah.
Those two are going to be great.
Yeah, they locked it down this year.
Yeah. And then Jeff Okudah.
Jeff Okudah.
He had a good season.
He had a great bounce back season because a lot of people was putting him as a bust.
Yeah.
But I didn't hear Marshawn Lattimore.
Sean didn't shine the way he usually
He was hurt. He was hurt.
But you can't put him in the conversation if he's hurt.
He always in my conversation.
Of course, you're a Saints fan.
That has nothing to do with that. That's nothing to do with that.
It's the same way how I'm a Steelers fan, and I'll always say Troy Polamalu was better than Ed Reed. I would be 100 with you.
Troy Polamalu was better than who?
Ed Reed. I'm gonna say it to this day.
How?
Ed Reed. All right, Ed Reed is a ball hawk, but Troy can play on the back end and come up and make a play when necessary. He was a true game changer. Ed Reed was too, but Troy didn't do it just on the back end. He didn't do it just by ball hawking.
Yeah.
He will jump over a pile and stop a touchdown.
Yeah.
That is a true.
I had a lot of great defensive players over the
Steelers?
Yes.
Of course.
Especially your era of what you was watching.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you got the James Harrisons. You got Troy Polamalu, like you just said. Who's an underrated Steelers player that you loved?
On the defensive side?
Yeah. You got Ryan Clark, you got the DNs, you got the...
I ain't gonna lie. It's hard to pick because that linebacker core,
Lawrence
when I used to watch, Lawrence Timmons, James Ferrier, that's what made me become a defensive player.
Yeah?
Watching the Steelers defense, especially the 2008 Steelers, that's what made me a defensive player.
You got that 2008 defense over the 2000 Ravens?
It's tough. It's tough.
And 10 points a game.
It's tough.
The documentary just came out. I was just watching it yesterday.
That was a good documentary. I ain't gonna lie. Because that defense was amazing.
But you know what's crazy? Now, of course, I was born in 2001, so I wasn't even alive yet. But a lot of the players that they had in defense, excluding Rod Woodson, the D tackle, forget his name, the D tackle from Jersey, I should remember his name, and who was the other guy? Ray Lewis. Besides that, it's like,
yeah, there wasn't a lot. Yeah.
But
they had it at every level.
They was together.
They had it at every level.
They was together, and like, so you don't.
I will say, like, in a sport like football, even basketball, you can have average players and make something great out of it if the chemistry is there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for example, I'm trying to think. Since we're in basketball season, the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Ja is that player.
Yeah.
Ja is the star of that roster.
Yeah.
You could look at Dylan Brooks. You could look at Desmond. Was it Desmond Bain?
Yeah, Desmond Bain.
You could look at all of them,
kids are.
and they are not all stars.
Yeah, Jaren Jackson either. Bro.
Jaren Jackson's not
too inconsistent to me.
But again, you have a solid roster with great chemistry. And
Yeah.
Of course, they lost quite a few games recently.
Yeah.
But look where they were before then.
Yeah. So it's a lot of controversy around Ja. Don't know too much of the dynamics of the situation, but it was a situation where he was in a car with his friends and he pointed a laser and it's supposed to be a gun, all this extra stuff. Shannon Sharp went on air talking about like, yo, you got to stop trying to act like you're still from that area and you made it. You're a millionaire now. You're worth. How do you feel about the situation?
Shannon's not wrong.
Yeah.
He's not wrong. Me coming from New Haven, people are like, oh, damn, like, I heard it's crazy out there. I heard it's crazy. It is, but that's not who I am.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I hold myself to a different standard.
Yeah.
The same way how Ja is not from there. He is from the suburbs of South Carolina. And now that you're worth, like, what, 200 mil?
Cool money.
Great money.
Cool money.
The most money he's probably ever seen in his life.
Yeah, it's only going to grow.
And now you want to act like this. That's a little crazy.
Yeah.
It's a little crazy. And it only started when he got to Memphis.
Yeah.
Memphis is trenches.
Yeah.
But don't be a part of Memphis. You're a part of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
A $1 billion team.
Yeah.
You're not a part of Memphis. You're a part of the Grizzlies, and they're paying you $200 million for a reason. Act like it. It's just that simple.
Who's your basketball team?
I don't have one.
So you're a Lakers fan?
No. I'm a fan of certain players.
Why you say no like that?
Because the Lakers is just too much.
What
It's too much of a fan base for me. It's too much of a fan base for me. I can't like teams that have a huge fan base.
So you don't think the Steelers got a huge fan base?
We do, but not like the Cowboys. Not like the Patriots. Toxic fan bases.
Cowboys is very toxic.
Cowboys have a toxic.
Patriots, I don't think they're toxic. I think it's just Tom Brady's gone now, and now the only thing they're stuck on. Well, we have 6 rings.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's not there no. Like the Cowboys, I'm not sure Troy Aikman was there for all them rings, Michael Irvin and all them, but generations got them rings.
Right.
Steelers, generations got them rings. Other teams, but their whole identity is based off of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And they won't let it go.
Because that's the only time they were successful.
They just won't let it go.
That's the only time they were good. That's the only time they were successful. Now Tom Brady's gone. What happened? Their true colors are starting to show.
They suck.
Their true colors are starting to show. And I don't want to say it's the same for the Steelers, because with the Steelers, yes, in the 70s, we got those rings.
Yeah.
And then we got them in the 2000s.
Yeah.
But again, we're building something again.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting to that point. We have a young team right now.
Yeah.
We have a very young team right now. So it's like we
almost
made the playoffs with a rookie quarterback.
Close.
Once he really develops into something, it's scary.
I had your teammate on here, Kamari.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Steelers fan, unfortunately. He said that the Browns aren't better than the Steelers.
They're not. They're not. They're not. They're not. And I'm going to tell you why.
Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you exactly why.
Go ahead.
First of all, let's start with the front office.
Are we talking about an organizational standpoint? Or are we talking about the team, the players, the 22 men on the field?
They're not better than us.
Wow.
We beat them. We swept them this year, I think. I think we swept them this year.
We swept the Bucks in Tom Brady's first year. Y'all still had the Bucks over the Saints.
I didn't. I always thought the Saints were better than the Bucks until the playoffs came.
Don't do that. You seen that. You seen what happened.
Sorry.
You seen what happened.
That was too much?
Come on.
Sorry, that was too much.
Come on. It just happened 3 years ago, but it just happened.
I'm just saying, like, Slant Man couldn't get open.
When you say slant man, who you referring to?
Michael Thomas.
Slant man.
Slant Man.
Now I'm gonna put the picture up because I keep you okay. So you know how on your gallery on your iPhone, you have the favorites. You could heart a picture and it'll be there.
Right.
Michael Thomas stats without slants comparison as a whole is one of my favorite photos for situations just like this. I don't play when it comes to me call Michael Thomas slant, man. I don't play that, man, because he would have still led the league in receptions without slants. Yeah. He would still led the league in yards without slants like he did, and he didn't even lead the league in slants.
I will say that Michael Thomas is one of the best route runners.
Dominant. He's
not
even as fast as the top people you would put in there.
He's very technical in his routes.
He is very technical in his routes.
It's not just the slants.
Come on.
It's not just the slants.
He barely run slants. I watch. He barely run slants. When he cooked A.J. Terrell early in the season, both fade balls.
Yeah.
Come on.
Michael Thomas is like that. He needs to get more credit. He doesn't get as much.
But somewhere,
not anymore, at least. Ever since he's got
somewhere hurt. In the narrative, he never got the credit. Because somewhere in the narrative, even when he won Offensive Player of the Year, which, by the way, is the first wide receiver to win Offensive Player of the Year since Jerry Rice. Mm-hmm. So he never got the credit because somewhere along the line he was a slant boy. I don't know what the hell that means. And then he got hurt. Nas, he never could get on the field. Michael Thomas isn't good. Where is he at? He was on the gut with Drew Brees, even though he broke the record with Teddy Bridgewater. Never mind.
Nah, Teddy at quarterback and still breaking the record is crazy.
What are we talking about? Then he had Jameis throwing the ball. No, don't get me wrong. I was crowning Jameis MVP this year.
No, you wasn't.
MVP Winston.
No, you was not.
Why wasn't I?
No, you wasn't. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Ask anybody. I was putting it on my story all summer.
Oh,
MVP.
my God. Jameis as MVP.
What's wrong with that?
Mr. 30 pick himself.
Don't do that. Listen, I'm a Saints fan.
Mr. 30 pick himself.
Let me tell you how much of a Saints fan I am.
16, at that time, it was 16 games of the season, 30 picks.
Well, let me tell you something. Look. I'm a real Saints fan. Uh-huh. So much so, I subscribe to a newsletter of articles.
Oh, my God.
I'm a Saints fan.
Oh, nah, that's real. That's real.
Comes out my card every month. I see it.
That's real.
NewOrleansFootball.com has charged you $10 for the month. Okay.
That's crazy.
I got to get my articles in. So, when he came to the team, he's in our division. I knew about the 30 picks. Everybody looked like, oh, this is terrible. I said, let me sit back. This is my quarterback. Let me sit back. The article came out. Half them picks wasn't his fault. He really he threw 30. 15 of them was his fault.
15 was his fault.
15.
Okay.
Pay your man to do 26.
He did.
He's the greatest. So I was ready to crown him MVP under Sean Payton's offense. Didn't work out. Dennis Allen needs to go. I don't know why he's a head coach. I want to get your take on this because you've been to multiple schools. You've been to Mount Ed, Oregon. It's a difference between a head coach, because a head coach is a leader of men.
Right.
So the difference between a leader of men and a coach. Coach could be your position coach. Could be your offensive coordinator, just call the plays. But a head coach is a leader of men. He's going to set the standard. He's going to hold the people accountable and make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do.
That's a fact.
And Dennis Allen doesn't do none of that.
That's a fact.
All he does is sit there and call the defensive plays. And now I don't even want to get too much into this. I'm going to get upset. But I don't like this whole Steelers better than the Browns thing. Y'all swept them, but quarterback, they're better. Running back, they're better.
Deshaun didn't play like it. Kenny Pickett outperformed him in that last game of the season.
Because he was just coming. He was just got to get him.
He had a few games under him before he played.
Not six. Six or five. That's why they got a preseason of 4 games, because you need that time.
Right.
You got training camp. You got all this thing.
So you think he's going to do better this upcoming, like the next season?
Yes. Okay. You don't think so?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
So what he was on the Texans just automatically drops off now.
It's not a matter of drop off. Again, certain players thrive in certain systems.
They do. I was very critical about the people who said Baker Mayfield sucked because, in my mind, you look at Baker Mayfield in college, he's throwing 40 to 60 times a game.
He played in the Big 12. He played in the Big 12.
What does that mean?
That is a guy that. What is it, the Big 12? Yeah, the Big 12, bro.
What does that mean?
That is a offensive-minded conference.
Yeah.
That is the TCUs of the world.
Yeah.
The Texas of the world.
Yeah.
You see how often their offenses run up points because their defenses fucking suck.
No, that doesn't mean anything.
Their defenses are not.
But
like
when
that.
he went against the playoffs and these better teams, the Alabama, what do you do?
Nigga got beat by Georgia.
Like you said, up front.
Close, great game.
Come
great
on,
game.
he still
Great
balled,
game.
right?
He balled.
Come on.
Now, when he gets to the pros,
Now you put him in a system where he's not throwing. He doesn't have the ball in his hands every game.
no,
It's play action, running the ball. It's a different
it's a
system. It's a different system.
he had Chubb behind him.
So then when you take him to the Rams and then he beats the Raiders on the last second because all they do is throw the ball.
It's different. It's different.
So
That's what I'm saying.
Mayfield not. So okay, I see what you're saying. Deshaun Watson isn't in that system where he's okay. But you defensively, they ain't better than y'all.
No. They let Kenny Pickett beat him. They let
Just
a
said he was
quarterback beat him.
good. We talk about
No.
Denzel
I'm not
Ward.
taking that away from him. Kenny Pickett's good. Kenny
Denzel
Pickett is
Ward?
good. Denzel Ward was getting cooked.
Grant Delpit,
Grand Delpit, that's my boy. But
Johnson,
listen,
Emerson,
I'm gonna put it like
Greedy
this.
Williams.
I'm gonna put it like this.
Miles
I'm
Garrett.
gonna put it like this. When you have a defensive-minded coach such as Mike Tomlin himself,
Mm-hmm.
and granted, he can run an offense.
Yeah.
He can run an offense. But when you have a defensive-minded coach like Mike Tomlin, and you can just put certain pieces where they need to be,
Yeah.
the defense is better overall.
They are, but we're talking about
Talent-wise, I'll give it to the Browns. But until they can figure out how they can run that defense, the talent doesn't mean anything.
They're gonna figure it out this year, and y'all come.
If they do, I will openly admit that the Browns are better than the Steelers for the first time in my life. For the first time in my life. Because even when they beat us in the playoffs, I was like, bro, they're not better than
Now
us.
hold on.
They wasn't better than us.
When I first opened the conversation up, you said we swept them, we beat them. Now they beat you when it count, and they ain't better than y'all still.
They're not better.
Come on, dog.
They wasn't better.
You can't move the needle like that.
That year, they wasn't better than us.
How they beat you?
A lot of mistakes. A lot of miscues.
Who was the quarterback at that time?
For the Steelers?
Yeah.
Big Ben. Yeah, Ben.
Who was the quarterback for the Browns?
Who was it?
Baker
It was
Mayfield?
Buck from Baker.
When you
Fucking
you
Mayfield.
just said that he was.
He's
Did
no.
they have
To
Odell?
this day.
Did they have
Yeah, they had
Odell,
Odell, Jarvis. They had a team, but they still wasn't better than us.
But they beat y'all.
Yeah, off of our mistakes. We had like 5 turnovers. We had like
Picks?
5 turnovers. We had like 2 picks,
Traps.
3 fumbles,
Traps.
and a bad snap
They
at
was
the
hitting the
beginning of
ball
the
out.
game. At the beginning of the game.
You still
To
had
start the game.
What was how much y'all lose by? Nothing crazy, right?
Nah, because we started coming back towards the end, but it was too much. Like
They
too much.
let
back to.
they let y'all just do whatever.
You think so?
Yeah, they weren't worried
All
about
right,
y'all.
that's cool. Because at the end of the day, we still swept them this year with a rookie quarterback and some missing pieces. With no receivers besides Deontay Johnson, but Deontay didn't have a Deontay Johnson season.
What you feel about George Pickens?
Oh yeah, Jorgito, my boy Jorgito Pickens.
What the hell is Jorgito?
That's his name in Spanish. That boy Jorgito. Now that he's going to be a problem. He is going to be, bro. I'm telling you right now, we have a young team. We're going to be great. We're going to be great.
Great.
We're going to be great.
Now you know great is
You can
usually
run
like
this.
championships and Super Bowls,
I
right?
believe it. Give it some time.
How much time?
Depends on how fast Kenny Pickett can develop. Everything else around him will be fine. Jorgito, he's good. I keep calling this nigga Jorgito. George Pickens is great because the shit he was doing this year, he was already balling as a rookie. He was balling. He had an agenda and that was to put his name on the map. His
great.
name was already out there, but he was taken so late, he felt like he was forgotten.
He's great.
He's great. I'm not gonna say top 5 receiver, top 10, but definitely top 15.
Who you got in the Super Bowl, man?
Eagles. 28 to 24.
Can I put that in on FanDuel? That's a correct score.
Don't trust me. Don't take my word for that.
28-24. What you got happening? Why you think it's like that?
The Chiefs' O-line showed some vulnerability
For forever.
for quite some time.
Yeah.
Like even when they played against the
Bucks that year.
no, well yeah that too,
Yeah.
that too. But when they played against San Fran,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
they came back somehow, some way. They came back,
Patrick Mahomes.
but that game was solely in the hands of the 49ers. They controlled their destiny after a
Yeah.
while. They just let it slip.
Yeah.
So, with the D-line in the front 7 that the Eagles have right now, I just don't
Might
see.
get crazy.
I don't see them
Yeah.
pulling off a win.
Might get nasty. Brandon Ayuk, 49ers wide receiver, went out saying, like, yo, there's some holes in the Eagles defense. We was going to expose it. You being a defensive player, do you see what he's talking about?
I do.
Really?
I do. So, on the back end, you have the outside covered.
Yeah.
But the scheme that they run does leave holes. But then again, that's every defense.
Yeah.
Every defense has holes. Like,
Yeah.
you can call cover 3, all
Yeah.
right, but you still leave the underneath vulnerable.
Yeah.
There's still going to be rack yards after.
Yeah.
Leave the cover 2. You got the middle of the field open.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be holes in the defense regardless
Yeah.
of how you run it.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of what adjustments you can make over time. When do you call those plays and how you call those plays? How can you adjust certain players? So, like, for example, you can call a cover 3, and you can have one corner. My fault. You can have the slot corner if you're running a nickel package.
Mm-hmm.
You have that slot corner run hard flat,
Yeah.
and then have the linebacker on the other side run soft flat, meaning
Yeah.
he's going back 10 yards,
Mm-hmm.
rather than the front 5 covering the 5 to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
You can do that
Yeah.
because it depends on what play they run. But again, it all depends on how, like I said, how you call your defense and when you call it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put that on the FanDuel parlay. Correct score, 28-24. I'm gonna take that because
I'll say if there's an over 50, like for a combined score, do that.
Yeah.
Over 50.
It's going over 50, no doubt.
I think it'll go over 50.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you that one, and if it don't work out that way, I'll give you your money back.
All right, so I'm gonna put $1,000 on it.
Oh, 1K is crazy.
It's gonna be a free bet.
1K is insane.
It's gonna be a free bet.
I'd say if anything, do 20.
20.
Do 20. I'll give you your 20 back if it don't work.
20. That might only bring me back $13.
Think so?
Yeah.
Over 50.
Yeah. What would do with $13? Go to the Hive?
You can go to the Hive with that $13. Get
The
you a
Hive
little
bucks already.
cheesesteak.
They need to make it longer. Bro.
Yeah, they do. They do a short ass cheesesteaks.
Have you ever been to New Jersey?
A couple times.
Had pizza there?
Nah.
Bagel?
No.
What part of New Jersey you went to?
Went to Roselle. A few of my boys live out that way. Roselle, Rahway, East Orange. Never going back there though. I ain't never going back to East
Why
Orange.
not?
I thought I was about to get robbed. I was going to a church. There was a penitentiary right across the street. I was like, yeah, nah, this ain't for me. This ain't the lifestyle I want to live.
You ever been to Union?
Nah, never been to Union.
Gotta go. I wanted to ask you because they talk about New Haven pizza. They say it's up there.
Oh, top 3, top 2, and not 2. I'm telling you right now, it's top 3, top 2, and not 2.
Not two.
Not 2.
So you got the New Haven, you got New Jersey, you got New York. Those are the. You say not 2. You must mean 3 because it ain't 1.
Nah, it's 1.
New Haven pizza?
New Haven pizza is number 1. I'm put that on record. You can quote me on it. New Haven pizza is the best pizza in the country. The entire country.
Where the hell do you get something like that from?
What? New Haven Pizza?
Yeah, that is the best in the country.
I'm gonna put it like this. I've been to New York. I've had New York pizza.
Does it live up to the hype?
It does. You feel me?
Thank you. Okay.
It ain't nothing. And people gonna be mad if they hear this. People gonna be mad when they hear this. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Jersey, I ain't have their pizza, but
It's up there.
if it's anything like New York, I'm not.
It's not.
I'm not giving it to them.
It's not.
It's not.
It's better.
It's better. I'm gonna have to try it now.
It's
I'm
better.
gonna have to try it now.
You ever had a bacon, egg, and cheese from New York or New Jersey?
I have.
Which one? You got it from New York or New Jersey?
I got it from Jersey. I'm gonna give it to Jersey.
How you feel about that?
I'm gonna give it to Jersey. I'm gonna give it to Jersey. I think it was just that bodega that I went to.
Nah, don't discredit. We all get it from the same spot. We all get it from the same manufacturer. No, don't discredit.
Nah, the
It's
bacon
New
egg and
Jersey.
cheese in Jersey was fire. The
You
one
get
that I got.
you get ketchup, salt, pepper.
Yeah.
You know that's one word.
But I put the.
That's one word. Ketchup, salt,
I ain't
pepper is
gonna be
one
able to
word.
put it in one word.
Ketchup, salt, pepper is one word. in New
Ketchup,
Jersey.
salt, pepper.
Ketchup, salt,
Ketchup,
pepper.
salt, pepper. All right, say the word.
This is one
But
word.
nah, that's how my boy told me to whip it up though.
Yeah.
When we went to the bodega, he was like, "Yo, you gotta get all the fixings." I was like, "I say no more." And my man, the dude behind the what's the name? He made it just like that. Shit was busting.
Swan.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
Put swan on it.
No.
You
I don't.
put-
On the bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put swan on it.
Yeah.
Good man. I eat pork too. Goddamn, I don't know. So, listen. I don't. New Haven pizza is. Yeah. You know, people say it's good, but like.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, it's like that. It's like that. It's just how it's made, though. So, like, for example, I don't like New York pizza as much because they sell it by the slice. That's number one.
They don't
That's
sell it in the
already-
box?
They do,
What is overpriced?
but you feel me?
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? And on top of that, if you gotta sell pizza by the slice, it can't be. I don't know if I want it.
I'm saying,
know
everybody
if I
walking
really want
around
it
in New
like
York
that.
City, you don't want a big box.
I don't want
Bumping into people, you just want your one little 2 slices. Go outside and eat it.
2 slices not gonna cut it for me. There's some big ass slices,
Yeah,
but if you selling it by the slice, like damn, like
might not be that.
it's
good.
not appealing.
Yeah,
It's not appealing to me because
Yeah.
that's not how I usually get my pizza.
yeah.
I get it by the box.
Okay. Who you listening to these days, Sterling?
I've been in my Detroit rap era
Yeah,
recently, so I've been listening to a lot of Rio.
yeah,
Been listening to some Babyface Ray,
yeah.
V's. but-
Babyface Ray is hard. I didn't know about him till that album that just came out. Clay Thompson put me on that album. He just
Bro,
posted on his story. He was like, "Yo, no skips." I
no
was like,
skips.
Okay.
Babyface Ray is like that. There's one song that I've heard it for quite some time and I can't get over it.
What?
Real niggas don't rap.
No, I ain't hear that. I just heard the new. I ain't really check out any of his other stuff. I just heard.
There's an album called Unfuckwittable.
Yeah,
Literally, that's the name of the album. Unfuckwittable.
yeah.
That's a hard album.
You think that's better than what he just dropped?
That was the first album I fell in love
Yeah.
with from him. So I hold it on a different
Okay.
level.
Yeah,
But the new album has no skips.
Yeah, okay. Like Rod Wave, that album Ghetto Gospel.
Mm-hmm. The sad part.
I've been
you know,
looking for an album better than that. I can't find it.
Once I heard that album,
Yeah,
that was probably I would say that was the only album I really like tuned into.
every day.
That's the only album I really tuned into.
Every day.
I don't really listen to him like that. But
Yeah.
that album,
Yeah, I don't listen
I
to him
listen
too
to
much anymore because he just. I mean, no, see, he makes good music still,
yeah.
but that Ghetto Gospel album was like, I thought it was a Grammy album.
Yeah, it was a good album. It was a
Big
good album.
Sean.
I don't listen to him like
No.
that. I used to. Like back in
That
like,
Detroit-
high
you
school.
listen to that Detroit 2
early high
album?
school.
Detroit 2 album? You listen to that one?
Well, when he was in the it was the Blue album, he was on like Floating or something. Like
Yeah, with
that. I know which one you're talking about. That was a good album too.
that's a Grammy album.
That's a good album.
That is a
is a
Grammy
good
album, bro.
album.
And that's a Grammy album to me. Like, to me, that's a Grammy album.
Yeah.
Like, it's no skips on that one. The only one I don't really like is, and it's not even really don't like is, now I'm thinking about it, it's kind of Wolves, but that's the only one
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
don't really like. It's cool, but he was really spitting
Nah, he
on
was
the other
talking.
song.
He was talking.
Like T Grizzly?
I do. But I'm selective with the songs that I listen to.
Yeah.
Like from him. I can't listen to a full album.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I can't like there's certain artists I can listen to full albums. Like Young Nudie. I've always been a Young Nudie fan.
Yeah.
I've always been. Don't call me crazy if you want.
Yeah.
But I listen to Cardi.
Listen, bro.
I listen to Cardi.
My girl a huge fan of Cardi.
So I'm saying, like, I listen to Cardi straight through.
Yeah.
I listen to shit. I'll even listen to Brent
Fayez?
straight through.
Yeah.
I listen to Brent straight through.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain artists that I can really just sit there and listen.
Yeah.
Like, who's another person? Gunna, straight
Gunna.
through. Like,
How you feeling about Gunna right now? He got some
bro, he's innocent. He didn't snitch until Young Thug say he snitched.
I don't know if you be on social media, Sterling, but I seen the video.
Well, of him saying that it's a gang and all.
Your Honor, Young Stoner Life is a gang. It is not a music group, and I had nothing to do with the crimes that are presented in front of the court. Please release me, as I am waiting on my 4 for 4 for giving you this information. That's what I heard.
Nah, the 4 for 4 got it.
That's
the
what
4
I
for 4
heard.
is crazy.
That's what I heard. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not criticizing for nothing. If you didn't do nothing as far as the crimes, you ain't do nothing.
You ain't do it.
Cool.
But so, alright, I get what you're saying.
But I'm saying, like, put it this way. We heard Young Thug and his camp come out and say, we gave permission to X artists to go ahead and take the plea deal. We didn't hear them say that about Gunna. Why do you think that is? Because Gunna, the second biggest artist under the whole label, and who was like, he was the one who said, Your Honor, this is a gang. I had nothing to do with anything. Please let me go. And they said, man, you might as well go ahead and take the plea deal. The biggest dude done took it. He done messed up everybody's case. But I'm also an advocate of, when you're on that level, you have to put money aside for things like that. Mm-hmm. To take care of the people that you are putting in these crimes, because they don't have the money. They're looking at you. Young Thug is buying an iced out Apple Watch. He's buying 10 chains a week. Iced out rope. He's buying these cars. He's buying all these things. And these people that's only making $50,000 in a week, you making $50,000 in a minute just from a verse. They're going out and trying to keep up with you. Not that psychologically trying to keep up with you. They just see what you got. They want the same thing. Well, that's tough.
Same shit.
I want the same thing.
Yeah.
So you got to have the money. Because people say, oh, you know, they don't have the money like Young Thug to sit there and fight that case. They grown men. Some of them are kids under the law. But you got to have that money for your artists that you're putting out there to do these crimes. You got to have money for them.
That's a fact.
Because now you're saving yourself. You're not only saving them, but you're saving yourself.
I never understood that, though.
What?
I never understood, though, like, why do you want such flashy stuff sometimes?
Man,
It's and I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it because I had my phase.
I'm buying fake stuff.
I
got a fake chain on right now. Keep it real.
Nah,
Nike Tech that y'all be talking about, it's fake.
Bro, so your Nike Tech yesterday was fake?
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't lie to me.
Why would I lie?
Where'd you get it from?
Broad Street, Newark.
Broad Street? Yo!
What did I lie for?
You went to the Nike store. No, you ain't even go to the Nike store. You bought it online.
No, I
You
got
bought it online.
Bro, the store on Broad Street don't even have online. They don't even have a phone number. You just gotta go in there.
You just gotta go in there. Jesus Christ.
They got jerseys in there. I got a Saints garbage can that I got in my sophomore year for Christmas. That's from there. They got jerseys in there. It's fake. It's not an NFL license.
Man.
What are you going to tell you the truth or lie? I'm going to tell you the truth. It's fake. Y'all think it's real. They all do the same thing.
Oh, man.
See, look, I'm going to go on air. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm the type of person. I don't give a damn. I'm the type person. I'm like Ocho Cinco. If I pay X amount of money for an outfit, as long as I change my drawers, my socks, my T-shirt, and I wash my shoe-han, I could put on the same outfit if it's not dirty, if it's not clean. Because you know how college is. Monday, you got this amount of classes, these specific classes. Mm-hmm. Tuesday, you got a different class.
That's a fact.
My thinking is Tuesday classes ain't see my Monday classes outfit.
I'm gonna dap you up for that, because that's real.
I'm going to tell you honest to God truth. I ain't telling no lie, no nothing. I don't care about all of it. Because at the end of the day, bro, like, in high school, you see everybody put on their Sunday's best. 7 o'clock in the morning, you got
No,
on the
7 a.m.
designer, you got your make.
I never got
Cool.
that. It's 7 a.m. You wearing the goddamn Montclair.
But now you get to college and you see people get up straight out their bed with their pajamas on and come to class.
Come to class.
I'm looking
real.
around. I'm like, yo. So I want to get you out here on this. I want to say, what's your walk? Cause you went LSU, Maine, AIC. What's your welcome to college moment?
It was a talk with
Yeah?
my mentor.
Yeah.
It was a talk with my mentor. I was failing a class.
This is at LSU?
This was at UMaine.
What class was you failing?
Mind you, this was an easy ass class. I just wasn't going. It was it was outdoor exploration.
That
was
sounds
like
something I wouldn't attend it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And mind you, it's cold as hell.
Yeah.
And it was mad fun because we was doing mad shit. Like we was doing rock climbing, we was skiing, we was doing mad fun shit.
Rock climbing.
I just didn't go because I'm black.
Dropped it. I'm black. I wouldn't have signed up because I'm black.
I needed the credit. I ain't gonna guess.
They had to give me another class, man. They had to give me another class.
It was a fun class when I started going because it was expanding my horizons.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd go skiing.
Yeah. How was it?
It was actually difficult.
Is it something that you would do now?
On some like random shit, like on some like, all right, I'm gonna go take a trip to Colorado. I'm gonna ski. You feel what I'm saying? Like on some random like, if I got time, I'm gonna do it. But I would never go out my way to do it.
Speaking of Colorado, I just want to tell you, I'm a Colorado Buffaloes fan. I've been a Colorado Buffaloes
Really?
fan. It's not because it's Deion.
He said it's not because of Deion.
Keep going. Keep telling your story. Keep going. Keep going.
But nah, like before I was failing my class.
Yeah.
And he was basically like, yo, this is what you want to do with yourself?
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you're failing a class.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I don't want to fail, but like, look at the class. Like this ain't for me.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This ain't what we do. This
Yeah,
is
nah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then he was just like, Sterling, regardless if you want to do it or not, this is your livelihood.
Yeah.
You said you want to go to grad school, get your certification, and someday own your own football team. This is one of the steps you need to take.
Yeah.
And then after the way he says things, you know he means it.
Yeah.
So that it hit me. I was like, all right, like I probably am bullshit.
Yeah.
And from that point on, I was just like, all right,
Gotta lock in.
college is really like your livelihood. Like college determines how successful you will be in your life.
Yeah.
So from that point on, I just had to a flip just switched.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta focus.
Sounds like the stories that you've been telling in your life, obstacles has popped up, but it's always something that switches you automatically.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hard thing to have.
Yeah.
Especially so young.
And it all comes back to me not wanting to be home.
Yeah.
Not wanting to be like the people at home.
Yeah.
Like, my mom describes New Haven as a phrase called crabs in a bucket.
Yeah.
As many times as crabs probably want to climb out, another crab pulls them right back down.
Yeah.
I'm not about to be one of those crabs in a bucket. I'm going to be the one that gets out.
Yeah.
And that's always been my motivation growing up. I can't be like everybody I seen back in the hood. I can't be the same person that I seen even when I got out of New Haven. That I've seen over my life. I've seen some people just give up, just not care anymore because it was too much of a battle. It was too stressful. Life is stressful. But at the end of the day, like, you have the ability to turn out to however you want to be. I always told my mom I'm gonna buy her a house. I promised her that at the age of like 3.
Yeah.
That dream is still that goal is still relevant to this day.
Yeah.
Whether it's maybe not playing like how I told her it would be. Yeah. But I'm gonna buy her a crib. Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get out of New Haven. I'm gonna get her out of New Haven.
What do you major in?
Sports management.
Talk about owning the team. That's your dream. That's what you want to do.
That's the big dream.
Where did that come from? Like, what made you look around and say, yo, like, I want to own a team?
I think it was the success.
Yeah.
Like seeing the satisfaction of people in ownership, like team ownership and the front office, that satisfaction of seeing what you built.
Yeah.
over numerous calls, numerous failures,
Mm.
and you achieve something so big.
Yeah.
Like, it's failure after failure after failure. Like, you know how many times, I didn't realize this until I got my internship.
Yeah.
You know how many times people will call you for a trade, or you will make a call for a trade, and it just won't go through? It'll just fall through?
I believe that about the Saints wholeheartedly.
It happens so often. Like, you will probably call someone almost every day and like, hey, I'll offer you this. No? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll offer you this. No? Okay. There's so many no's.
Yeah.
So many no's.
Yeah.
And then once you get to a point where it's like, all right, we hit playoffs. We're right here.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't come up short, but that's more motivation.
Yeah.
So, for example, with the Warriors,
Yeah.
nobody expected the Warriors to make the finals.
Nobody.
Nobody expected them. Some people didn't even have them making the playoffs.
Yeah.
But they made it to the finals and won
Yeah.
in 6 games.
Yeah.
And Steph silenced all the doubters
Yeah.
of him not being a big time player or
Yeah.
whatever. He had a bad. He actually did have a bad Christmas game
Yeah.
that year, but he came back with a vengeance
Did
right
it,
after.
yeah.
Their GM was on stage and said, "This is all homegrown.
Yeah.
This is all us. This is
Yeah.
not going out making trades, buying players like everybody else does.
Yeah.
This is all homegrown."
Yeah.
And that's what motivated me. After that,
Yeah.
that wasn't the key thing.
Yeah.
But that's what made me really sit there and like,
Yeah.
now I really like, now I have a real purpose.
Yeah.
I have a real purpose. Like, before I was just doing it because it was like, I know sports.
Yeah.
And I'm just doing it because, this is something I'm learning. I know sports. This is something I want to do in my life. I want to be close to sports.
Yeah.
But after that, I was like, I need that satisfaction. I need that confirmation that even after so many people said no,
Mhm.
so many people broke me down and was like, you can't do this, you can't do that, no, you can't have this, you can't have that. The world cannot tell me now that
Yeah.
I've done something amazing.
Fact. So when you talk about owning a team, I hope it's the Saints. If you get a chance, just listen. I'm gonna tell you, all right, so look, it's my pitch. If you give me if I go on Madden right now,
Right,
hardest difficulty,
right.
I'm winning the Saints a championship. I already know where we gotta go.
Yeah. It's easy
So
to
what I'm
trade
saying
a Madden,
is,
I'm going to be honest.
I'm talking about you put the trade sliders up 100.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
still
easy.
gonna get it done.
It'll be easy.
So if you own the Saints, looking for a GM, just call me. Instagram's going to be the same. And get at me. I'm gonna probably be on TV somewhere. I'll quit. Bing. I'll double it. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Call me. Now if you want,
I've already got you on speed dial.
now if you want me to be the GM for the Patriots or the Bucks, the Cowboys,
Oh, yeah, you going to tank
the
the team on purpose.
Panthers, no, just don't call me.
Oh, just don't call you. Don't call you at all.
Tell me
Don't
that
call
you're
you at
going to get the job. I'm going to go on TV and tell everybody, but don't ask me. Cause
So
you
what
don't
if
ask
I
me
buy
that.
the Steelers from the Rooney family?
I'll tell you what. It depends on this. Because I don't have no hate for the Steelers.
Mm.
From the time of next year to the time when you buy the Steelers, depending on the record of wins and losses against the Steelers, it's going to depend on if I do it.
So-
if y'all
so if the
up,
Saints-
forget about it.
Oh,
If we
okay.
up,
All right, I understand.
I'll do it. But understand that as a GM, the GM makes a lot of decisions.
Right.
Coach, you better sit the starters against the Saints.
Yo, you going to sabotage the team?
No, because we're going to win every other game.
All right.
We'll go 16-1.
16-1. All right, say no more.
But against the Saints,
So
Wrestling.
if we play them in the Super Bowl,
oh, shit.
yeah, if we meet them in the Steelers versus Saints, and it's not even just the Steelers versus Saints, because in mid game they'll pan the camera to the box
Yeah.
and show everybody in management for that
Yeah.
team. And they're going to come up with a fun fact. Oh, yeah, GM Saleem was also a Saints fan when he was younger. Now what?
I'm calling in sick. Listen, Sterling. You talk about crabs in a bucket, man. You talk about wanting to make it out. You already made it out, my brother. You done been to LSU, New Maine, AIC, Massachusetts. You've been far more places than I'm sure you probably could have imagined. You're going to continue doing your thing. You're going to continue making everybody proud. Only thing I got to say is come back to AIC so we can run it back. And I appreciate you coming on, man. We had a great conversation.
I love being here.
It's a necessary conversation. I'm your host, Saleem, and we out.